Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-10 in the first of two Christmas games today. Steelers got their ass kicked, man. It really in the second half. It was really the fourth quarter that ended this game. It was 16-10 after three quarters. Kansas City scores a touchdown. Then they force a fumble, another touchdown. Then it's pretty much over from there. Steelers' offensive line was really bad today, I thought. Their defense wasn't good, man. Their defense was awful. The only reason, and they just, Jalen Warren was way better than Najee Harris. I know you'll look at the carries and yards and be like, I think Najee Harris had 74 yards. Most of that came on their last drive, I think. But Jalen Warren was great. Steelers, just a total embarrassment all the way, all around. They were 10-3 a few weeks ago, and then they played these three games. One against Philadelphia, no George Pickens, but still got embarrassed. They lost against the Ravens. You know, those two big turnovers. They lost that game, and today they get embarrassed. It was embarrassment all the way around. Other than Jalen Warren, all other players and coaches are responsible. They just didn't look good. I don't know why they don't. When will they realize that Jalen Warren is the better running back than Najee Harris? I've been saying this. It is so clear he's a better runner with better vision than Najee Harris, and he's faster. When he gets the football, he instantly hits the acceleration. Why does nobody else see this? I'm pretty sure everybody else does, except Mike Tomlin. Does Mike Tomlin not see this on the field? Swear to God, dude. Like, an example, what makes the Steelers fake contenders every year is somehow Najee Harris carries the ball as much as Jalen Warren does, who has been better for 2 years now. He's been better to me. I like Tomlin, but this is a conservatism that ends up hurting them. And Russ, I mean, I can't blame him. He wasn't great, but the offensive line didn't play much good, didn't play any good either, so it was just an embarrassment all the way around besides Jalen Warren. Warren has had a weird year because of the injuries. I think the plan was to use him more than they did. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't get Warren being out there and he can't stay on the field at like most plays. He was great. Najee Harris, 13 runs, 74 yards, 5.7 carry. I think most of that came in the last drive when the fucking game was over. Oh, he gets his fourth straight 1,000-yard season. Woohoo. It was just an awful game. The Steelers, they're going to have another road playoff game. They're going to be one and done, just like they are every year. Look, they were 10-3. I expected them. I still thought they were could maybe be a sneaky contender. Not now. I mean, yes, they're three of the best teams in the NFL, but here's the thing. You could have to play one of those teams in the postseason. If they get past the wild card, you can be like, oh yeah, but they played three of the best teams in the NFL, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Ravens. Well, here's the thing. You have to face at least two of those. You could face one of those two teams in the playoffs. The Eagles are obviously in the NFC. The only way this would happen if they made the Super Bowl, which is probably going to happen. If the Steelers do have a road wild card game, and if they were to win it, they would probably have to play one of these two teams in the postseason. And they probably ain't going to beat either of them. And it depends who they play in the wild card game if they even get past that. But the Chiefs Steelers. We'll talk about them here. 15-1 now. Scored 29 points. Scored 13 points in the first quarter, 3 in the third quarter, and then 13 in the fourth quarter to pull away. Patrick Mahomes, he was great. 29 of 38, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions for Patrick Mahomes. He was fantastic. Today, after kind of a rough start to the season with the interceptions, he's been really careful with the football, not turning it over, and getting more touchdowns. So, and they also got 5 sacks without Chris Jones. They didn't have their star defensive tackle, Chris Jones. Mahomes had over 320 and 3 touchdowns. Kelsey making plays all over the field, though. Worthy made some plays, and they secured home field. So, on the road, just a good win. And getting Hollywood Brown back has been huge, and Worthy's getting better and better. To me, you don't want to luck into a 15-1 record. People are probably still be like, oh, 15-1 record. I just think this is either them or the Chiefs. Either them or the Bills that's coming out of the AFC, or the Ravens. One of those 3. And this is their 3rd game in 10 days, and they won them all. And I feel like they're starting to play serious now. I don't know, I just kind of get that vibe they're playing more serious. And since Halloween, Patrick Mahomes has, I believe, 18 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So, he's playing a lot better, like I obviously expect him to. Being Patrick Mahomes with a 320, 3 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, 29 runs, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Pacheco, 6 runs, 18 yards. P. Ryan, 2 runs, 9 yards. Worthy, 2 runs, 10 yards. And Mahomes, 1 run, 12 yards. Travis Kelsey, 8 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. He was all over the field making plays today, and also got a touchdown. I don't know what the Steelers felt like every time I saw Kelsey out there, he was wide open. Steelers just don't cover tight ends for some reason. Xavier Worthy, 8 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Travis Kelsey. Their offense just looks so different with Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy playing out there at the same time. And Joe Toney at left tackle has been working as well, and the Chiefs' defense was good. Man, Worthy's getting better. Justin Watson, 2 catches, 60 yards and a touchdown. He was even cooking in the early. P. Ryan, 2 catches, 20 yards. Hollywood Brown, 4 catches, 46 yards for Hollywood Brown. Hopkins, 2 catches, 7 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 catches, 18 yards. And Noah Gray, 1 catch for 6 yards. Their defense, Mike Dana, 2 sacks. Who the fuck is this? Felix Ndudike Uzma. How do you say that name? Got a sack. Justin Reed had an interception. George Karlaftis and Tershawn Wharton each had a sack, so they sacked Russell Wilson, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 5 times and had an interception. So Chiefs improved 15-1 here. Really good win. I guess the Steelers might not be as good as we thought. Or I guess I thought they were good. I guess they're just not that good, like I thought. But if the Chiefs' offense plays like this, like Mahomes puts up these stats, obviously they have to run the football better, but I mean, their offense is, when it's clicking, it's really good offense, and their defense is good as well. Steelers dropped to 10-6 here. Russell Wilson, 23 of 37. 205 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 6 runs, 55 yards, and a touchdown rushing. Another great game from Russ, man. Man, he gives his offensive line with all those gifts, and then they try to get him killed out there. The offensive line was terrible. Receiving, Fryer, move. 7 catches, 60 yards. Jalen Warren, 5 catches, 41 yards. George Pickens, 3 catches, 50 yards. And Calvin Austin, 4 catches for 31 yards. Man, Pickens crashed the post-game interview. Seems about right. But the Steelers' offense has been just bad these last 3 weeks, man. 13 points, 17 points, 10 points. And yes, they were without George Pickens for 2 of those 3 games. But Russell Wilson's taking a notable step back against better defenses. Maybe they just weren't real contenders, I don't know. 3 of their 4 lowest point totals of the year. Like, I don't know if Russell Wilson's the answer. Like, yes, he's a halfway decent quarterback at this point, but he's not as good as he used to be. Like, the slow start hurt him as well. I just don't know about the Steelers team. I mean, this offensive line was even just getting destroyed, and they didn't even have and the Chiefs didn't even have Chris Jones. Like, this team is not going to make it far in the playoffs. They didn't even did they get a single sack? I don't think they sacked Mahomes once. They were able to get some pressure here and there, but Mahomes would just do Mahomes things and somehow get the ball away. Chris Boswell made a field goal, but they got 1 touchdown with Russell Wilson running it in, and that's it. They got to fit their other points. Where's the field? Their other points, field goal. That's it. As they dropped to 10-6. But yeah, they just got flat out embarrassed. They ran for 97 yards in the opening half. That was the only thing they did good in the first half. Like, the 3-game stretch in this losing streak just shows how far the league's elite teams the Steelers really are. Like, how far behind the league's elite teams the Steelers really are. Like, and then Tomlin opened his press conference with, "That sucks to be blunt," and says changes are necessary, or something like that. I don't know how in the hell this roster started off 10-3. Like, I don't know. But yeah, the Chiefs are clinched the 1 seed, and they're gonna they rest players against the Broncos. They're probably gonna rest the Broncos. I find it funny Ian Rappaport said it was a dominating win over the Ravens. I thought it was funny. Yeah, but anyways, it's going to be interesting to see what they do against the Broncos. They could rest some guys. Obviously, they're not going to rest all of their players. They have to have some players out there. But yeah, 15-1, number 1 seed, and dominating second half. So, yeah, that's all to say. Peace. And I'll be back here for Ravens and Texans.